All right, hey guys, my name's Dylan Hermans, and I'm going to talk to you about my placement today that I did for Georgian College. So for my internship, I'd say I had a pretty interesting time to say the least. I first started off working with Athletics Ontario, and then later moved over to Bear Creek Secondary School, which is my former high school. So during my time at Athletics Canada, I had various jobs and tasks to complete, such as organizing events such as the gala, the championships. I actually got to manage my own indoor championship, and something really cool that we got to implement this year was the Ontario Games. So, for the first time ever, Athletics Ontario is going to be involved in the Ontario Games and Canada Summer Games, and we're going to be implementing the track aspect and athletic aspect to the games, which has never been seen before. So it's a really cool experience, and I'm really glad I got to be a part of it because it was the beginning of something new, and I feel like as a up and coming Olympian, Paralympian, which I hope to be for 2020, I can use my knowledge that I've learned so far from track and implement it into a business such as this, which is why I really thought that my placement at Athletics Ontario would be really good. Another cool thing that we got to do was actually I started to do the planning and the bid process. Sorry, we won the bid process for the 2020 World Master Games that we're going to be hosting in Toronto. So it's going to be a really cool event that I'm actually looking really forward to, and I'm hoping to stay on board with Athletics Ontario after my time with them at their internship and possibly go back because unfortunately I had to leave, but I'll get into that a little bit later and work with them for the 20 work with them for the World Master Games, although I may be away for competition depending on how my schedule works. Anyways, if there's one thing that my internship taught me this year, it's being very flexible and adapting to situations and really just knowing when you can't do something and when you can. And in this case, I unfortunately had to learn that the hard way, but I adapted to it pretty quickly. So when I first started this second semester of our second year, I was away in Grenada for not competition, for training with Athletics Canada. Just a warm summer training to get us out of the cold, get us ready for upcoming events such as the Commonwealth Games. How unfortunately I had to miss out on one of our major championships, which was a real bust. And when I got back, the winter weather conditions weren't the best for me, and they weren't best for my driver either. So unfortunately, I had no way of really getting down there because of my visual impairment. Go buses and go trains, unfortunately, didn't go down at a time that worked for me and worked for me to get down to the GO station as well as Toronto and then get home in time, which was really rough because I really enjoyed my placement. However, I adapted to it by going to Bear Creek actually, and I don't know why it didn't come to me sooner, but I used to be an athlete at Bear Creek Secondary School under a few different teachers, but really what really made my experience great was being a athlete, and I was given that opportunity by my former gym teacher's wife, Miss Laux, Carrie Laux, and she came up to me with the opportunity of training for the 800 meter because they needed a visually impaired person, or not a visually impaired person. They just thought it'd be good to have someone doing the 800 meter, and in my background in soccer, they thought it'd be a great idea. So I eventually got into the 100 and 200, cut the 800 out, won two obstacle gold medals. After that, I really stayed connected with the school as well as the principal, my teachers, coaches, because they really had a big part to play in all of this. So I thought the best way to do my internship hours was to, and as well give back to the community, was to go back to Bear Creek. Um, so I wanted to go back to Bear Creek because of the opportunities that they gave me and just the development, the knowledge, the training that I was able to get there. And I really just wanted to give it back to the students and give it back to the teachers for all their hard work. Because if anything, if I can't be an athletic director or development coach, I really want to work with high school kids or just children in general with sports and really promote physical activity. So I was able to go back to Bear Creek. I got to do a few in school hours, like during the school hours, because their track practices run after school. Um, with that, I got to run a few gym classes, fitness programs, etc. But really, I got to work on the track after school with the athletes. A few of them that I know pretty well, actually. Um, these athletes were old friends of mine, so I really wanted to go back and train them. So I really found it to be a great experience by training them in the blocks, outside of the blocks, and just really giving them the knowledge that I've learned from previous coaches, Bear Creek, national coaches, and everything like that. So I'm still going to be working with them after my internship, which I'm really looking forward to. And I'm going to be training them for up for the events such as OFSA Championships, which is the Ontario High School Championships. So I'm going to be training them for zones, regionals, and then hopefully OFSA. So I'm really looking forward to that because it's really going to give you an opportunity to work on the development side of track. And I'm going to be going to all their events, their meets, etc., and really just cheering them on, giving them as much knowledge as I can. And I'm really looking forward to it. So this entire um, internship has really been a big journey for me. I think it's really helped me a lot develop as a person as well as a sports worker in the field that I hope to go into. And I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to do this. And I'm really looking forward to working with these kids and continue working on and off the track to make Canada more enthusiastic with sport and really try to make athletics a bigger promotion throughout Canada. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And I hope everybody had a great experience.